So welcome to Adventures with Angela and Wayne, and today I've met up with Sonja. Tell me your channel, Sonja.
I am Nan with a backpack. Hey!
Now I found Sonja very inspiring. How long have you been doing travel?
Oh my goodness me. So I left England the first time on the 1st of November 2022 and we're now sometime in 2025.
So nearly 3 years.
Yeah.
Nearly 3
Nearly
years.
3 years, and it's gone in a blink of an eye, it really has. So.
And if you go back and look at Sonja's channel from the beginning, she was very brave. She sold everything up and took the bull by the horns, didn't you?
Yeah, there was kind of no plan B really. I look back at it now and think, was it wise or was it stupidity? I'm still not 100% sure. Would I change it? Absolutely not. I have no regrets.
That's good.
So,
That's good.
Yeah.
So what's your most lifelong learning that you've done from the 2.5 to 3 years that you've done so far?
I am absolutely terrible at directions. I should not be let out alone because I cannot be trusted, basically, words. Yeah, but I just kind of think, well, if I can do it, anybody, honestly, anyone can do it. Yeah.
What would you like to push yourself to do next?
What would I do next? Ooh. Wow, I do have something booked that I'm going to be doing very shortly, and that's India. And it's been on my bucket list for ever and ever and ever. So I'm really looking forward to that. I wanted to do it solo, but actually I am a little nervous because I've had some people absolutely love it. Some people say, oh no, be careful. But I think it's just like anywhere in the world. I think until you've been there and experienced it for yourself, you can't say whether you're going to enjoy a place or not. So I've decided to go with a tour group for 8 days as a tester to see.
Dipping your toe.
And I'm so excited. So yeah, that's coming up in October time. So you'll be able to see that on my channel.
Brilliant.
Towards the end of October, beginning of November.
That'd be good. That'd be good. No, it's nice. And is this your first tour group that you've done?
I've done a couple. So when I was in Tasmania, I did. I'm trying to think of the name of the company now. Down Under was the name of the company, and I did Wineglass Bay, and I was one of the older ones on the tour, but that's throughout most of my travel I've been the older one on the tour. But they introduced me to so many things like Tim Tam Slams. Who knew? I didn't know.
I remember Tim Tams.
I'm like, what is this? I'm like, it's like a penguin bar, and you bite the end off, and I'm like,
is that where you suck it through?
Suck the milk through, and it turns into chocolate. I was like, if you haven't tried it, try Tim Tam Slams. It's revolutionary. It's like had to go all the way over there to find that. But we did Wineglass Bay, and it was lovely. But by the end of 5 days, I was done. Some of the hikes we went right up to, and I can't remember the name of the mountain. Right, Cable Mountain. No, it's gone. But that was amazing. But it was so hard. It was. First of all, it was not too bad. A bit overcast. Next thing we know, it's snowing and blowing a hoolie.
4 seasons in a day, basically,
It was wonderful, but I found it hard. I did find it hard.
So, being a solo traveller, have you felt feeling safe? Is there anywhere you've not felt safe?
No, on the whole, I have felt probably safer in Asia than I have felt in the UK.
Okay, that's interesting.
There was one place when I first got to Malaysia, and I now know that it's the norm, but when you go and you're not aware, I'd booked a place, and I think it was called, off the top of my head, Monkey Mansions. And it was literally like in a tower block, and it looked like somebody's home they were renting out. But to get to the door, you had to walk underneath this creepy car park that was underneath the building.
Oh.
And by the time I got there, it was late in the day. And I'm thinking, in the back of my head, you know, like those films that you watch, thrillers, and you're like, don't go into the creepy garage, don't go into the creepy garage, as I'm walking into the creepy garage. And I'm like, oh my goodness me, really? Really?
That is brave, that is brave.
But I walked, and then this guy came up, was walking up to me, and I'm like, no, don't, I can't run, I'm carrying too many bags.
I've got my backpack on the back.
And he's like, are you all right, love, are you lost? And I'm like, yeah. He says, where you headed? And I told him, and he's like, oh, that's my place, come with me. And I'm like, oh,
you
my
saved the day.
Yeah. And it was like, why was I so worried?
Yeah.
But all of that was in my head.
Yeah.
And as soon as I knew that, okay, most places you've got to walk through there to get it was just strange for me, so I felt nervous.
Yeah.
But now
no, that's understandable.
Now I'm
so also you're a big advocate of hostels.
I am,
and which I think is quite brave, because we associate hostels as being 19-year-olds up to probably 25, 30. How have you felt about staying in the hostels?
I've absolutely loved it, and in fact I probably prefer staying in hostels over hotels, because sometimes I feel very isolated staying in a hotel on my own.
Yeah.
I suppose if you're a couple it's okay because you've got each other, but when you're alone it can be really quite tough, especially traveling long term and you're constantly on your own trying to find somebody to talk to, or oh, I want to go out to a pub tonight, but actually I don't want to go on my own. There's karaoke bar, I'd love to go, but to go and sit on your own it's a bit, whereas if you go to a hostel you could be in a room of 12, 16 people. Well, you've got 16 new friends. It's like, who wants to come karaoke tonight? And there's bound to be one.
Someone that comes
that you can
and
bribe.
Sometimes the hostels have a bar in them, don't they? So that's quite nice because you get to meet people as well, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. I know Georgetown in Malaysia, there was a hostel there called EZ Hostel. If anyone wants to book it, I suggest they book early because it is very, very popular. But every night at about 5 o'clock you meet and you go for a little walk somewhere, and then you'll all go for dinner. So it's like a walking tour with dinner. And then one night we went out and we watched a sunset. Lovely. Or it just gives you a group to go with so that you're not isolated or on your own. And I've met some great people.
Really nice people.
Yeah.
And you've just spent 9 months in Cambodia. So is your heart in Cambodia? My
heart is in Siem Reap in Cambodia. Yeah. I can't pinpoint one thing because there isn't one thing that I like. It's just I like Cambodia. It's the people are just so friendly. I mean, even like you go to the border and they turn around and they sort of say to you, oh, welcome to our country. Thank you for visiting. And normally you get to a border crossing and they're like, grouchy and miserable. And the Cambodian one's not like that. It's like, oh, welcome, come on in. And
that's lovely.
I found my tribe.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Sorry if you can hear some road noise. There is a road that goes past. We're trying to find somewhere a little bit quiet. But what would your goals or plans be over the next 5 years? We know you're doing India this year. So is there anywhere you want to tick as a bucket list over the next, say, 5 years?
Yes, definitely. I want to do pretty much like yourselves. I want to do Peru, and I would like to do the Galapagos Islands as well. My parents have been to both of those and it looks amazing. I would also like to do Jordan. I would like to do the pyramids because I've been to all these places but I haven't been to the pyramids yet. I'd love to do that. Follow maybe like the route that Agatha Christie's Death on the Nile took. I thought that would be cool. Really good. I don't know, there's just so many places. I'd like to do Japan. I'd like to do the Great Wall of China. Yeah,
They're definitely bucket list.
Yeah, there's so many places that I would love to go and visit and see, but yeah, I will get there eventually. It's just going to slowly.
Now, my big bugbear is basically, I think it is growing, but tour groups, perhaps for the over 45s, and I don't even want to put a number on this really, for the over 45s, because there's pretty much a lot of adventurous people out there, whether it's solo, whether it's couple. Would you want to be involved with something like that?
To do like an adventure tour? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've done a few mad things. I've bungeed off of top of buildings. I've done skydiving. I think my family thinks I'm going through a nervous breakdown or a midlife crisis or something. So yeah, I'm pretty much down with
doing
absolutely.
Yeah.
I did the Hajang loop. That was amazing. My arse was so sore for days afterwards.
Yeah.
But it was amazing. There was one thing on that I couldn't do, and that was on the last day, on day 4. They climbed over a barbed wire fence to go right up and see a little cave. And I sat there and I looked at this hill that they were going to climb, and I'm like, do you know what? I'm just going to sit here. And my driver went, no, you come, we'll help you. And I'm like, I don't want to go. I'm exhausted. I'm done.
Yeah. I think sometimes you know your limits. Sometimes you can push yourself further.
Yeah.
And sometimes you think, actually, I just can't do this. An example I'll give you of that is when we went to Koh Mook, we went out on a boat trip, and I'd watched, you've heard of Paddy Doyle, haven't you? Right, so I've watched other YouTubers do the Emerald Cave, and if I hadn't have seen an 80-year-old lady, a Chinese lady, go in to do the Emerald Cave, I never would have done it, because she swims through in the dark.
Oh, wow.
And because of that, I thought, I'm not going to be brave. But that's where YouTube can really help, because it can push you to that extra limit.
To do things.
If I'd have just turned up at the cave and someone said, right, you've got to swim through for 10 minutes with a head torch on, I would have gone, no, thank you. But that's why it's good to watch other YouTubers, because you can actually get tips, advice. Can you see whether your limits can be pushed to that level?
Yeah.
And it's the same with yourself. When I've seen you jumping off of buildings and things like that, of aeroplanes, I'm thinking, well, if you can do it, so you can do it.
I wouldn't do it, but Nan does it.
Nan does it.
yeah. Me, not so much. But yeah, Nan will always be the one and think, do you know what? There might be somebody that might be interested in this. Maybe I should go and check it out. And next thing I know, I'm like dangling off the top of a building or hanging onto the side of a mountain and going, well, it seemed like a good idea at the time. Yeah.
And you swam with whale sharks.
Yeah. That was just after I passed my open water diving. I think it was my first or second dive. I'm in the water with my instructor and one other person, and I'm like, going, I'm like, I don't know how to get his attention.
Must be amazing.
And I managed to tap, and he's like doing whale shark, and it's like all hell broke loose. It was amazing. This thing was huge, and I'm like, what an honour to be there. And it's not like, I mean, some places you've got to be careful because they can encourage them to come in and feed them. This was just natural. We weren't looking for them. They're not normally seen there, I don't think. And next thing I know, it's like do 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 do.
I thought that was pretty amazing when I was watching it.
It was so cool, and I do feel so lucky to have had that experience.
So looking back now, 3 years ago when you made the decision to sell everything, is it the best thing you ever done?
Hands down. I don't even have to think about it. Yes, there's always going to be days when things are going really well, and there's going to be days where things are not going so well, but that's life. It's like you have that in your day-to-day. Sometimes you go to work and it's a good day, sometimes it's a bad day. It's exactly the same. So yeah, I don't regret a thing.
And so what would you say to someone who wants to take the plunge? So I'm going to be really honest, me and Sonja are similar ages, and I'm going to only say perhaps over 45, 50. But we're similar ages, and what would you say to someone else that wants to take the plunge like you? I mean, I have got a partner, I must admit, but that's why I admire Sonja so much.
Well, I just kind of think that, okay, my situation is slightly different. I'm now divorced. But some people, I kind of think that I've heard of people who have lost a spouse, whether that be a husband or a wife, and then they're like, oh no, I've been married for all these years and now I can't go on holiday, or I can't do this. So, okay, I've taken it to the extreme. I've sold everything and just gone. But if I can do it, it's like, even if you are on your own, you can go out and you can do this. And if you're frightened, why don't you? I mean, my first trip on my own was to Northern Ireland.
Yes,
I literally just went over there to see if I would like it. You could go just to a few towns over, stay in a hotel or a hostel.
Pigeon steps. Take it slowly.
Test it. You don't have to be as crazy as me and jump in with both feet and have no plan B. Just little bit by little bit, or even if it's an organised holiday, you don't have to just sit in day after day. It's like you can get out there.
And I was going to say that if you're really, really nervous about doing your first solo trip, try a tour first. Just do a tour if you have to.
Definitely.
And then you know that the people around you are on that tour.
They're there. And okay, I do find sometimes tours can be tiring. So pick wisely, I would say. Some of the ones that I do, are with 18 to 25-year-olds, and by the end of it, I'm like, okay, I might need an evening off. But they're ones with all sorts of different ages. You can do age appropriate tours if you're slightly unsure. I think they even do like tours like if you're not so able, if you use a walking stick, or if you're in a wheelchair. They are out there. So
do a bit of research.
Definitely. But,
well, thank you, Sonja, for meeting me. And
you're very welcome.
So don't forget to follow Sonja on Man with a Backpack, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment because we love hearing from you, and subscribe because it's free to subscribe. So thank you, Sonja, and don't forget to watch Sonja's channel.
Bye.